Alrighty, guys. Hello, hello. How are we today? I hope everyone's doing well. As the title would suggest, we are doing the next episode of the podcast with Ebbs. Hiya, Ebbs.
Hello, hello. How's it going?
Good, good. How are you, beautiful?
Not too bad, not too bad. Ready to
That's
get
good.
into some spicy Pokemon discussion.
Right, some very good news. First of all, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 2 once again. 2 episodes already. I can't believe that we actually made it to 2 episodes to begin with. It's a little bit
The first
insane.
one just went so well, so
Right? Oh my gosh. Like, so very well. So, as the title suggests for this episode, we are talking about the new Pokemon news that dropped last night. And I'm really excited for basically all of it. I got a few nitpicking issues, but that's some nitpicking issues.
I think we all do. I think we're all a little iffy on some things, but we'll get into that for
Right,
sure.
yeah. So for those who missed it and for those who watched it live as well, we have decided that we're going to watch this together to have a refresh, and we're going to pause after most of the moments to talk about what we saw and what we think on it. So like once we do Pokemon Snap, we'll pause on Pokemon Snap and we'll talk about it. Once we get to the Diamond Pearl remakes, we'll pause on that and we'll talk about it. That is how we're gonna deal with this. Wow. I love having a coughing fit while we're doing this. Alrighty. So yeah, let's just, I guess, jump right into it. Maybe we'll put on, do we not get subtitle options for this? That's great. Okay. Thought I heard a cat meow. I'm sorry. So yeah, let's just jump in.
So excited.
Interested to hear your opinions? Ooh, yeah, cheese.
This is my second time watching this, and it's still just like...
It's still magical.
Mm-hmm.
Red, green, cable, trade, trading card.
The Facebook comments
Look
all
at that.
negative, yeah. I've been seeing some negative comments as well.
Movie,
Wait, really?
Yeah, a lot of people aren't happy about it.
light, top,
I didn't know that microphone thing existed, to be honest. That was like news to me.
There was so many things while watching this that I was just like, the heck is that?
The original Game Boy
Never
didn't get a
seen
slot, or rip Mr. Fulsey?
jet,
Twitter's definitely worse, Brentino, I agree. Can everyone hear it okay? Like, is it loud enough? Are we not loud enough? Is it louder than us? Let me know and I can make some adjustments.
This mobile adapter.
Right?
What the heck was that? I'd never seen that before.
That card swipe thing as well, like, where was that in my life? Why did I not know about
Was that with the trading cards? Or was
Yeah,
that a different...
I think there were some trading cards that allowed you to scan them.
So cool.
You know, one thing that's consistent with the Pokemon franchise that I noticed in watching this, are trading cards and anime.
Yup.
e-reader plus.
It's just like, it's so cool seeing
It
the
evolved.
progress. Also
Yeah.
this thing, the swing motions.
Yeah, right? What was that?
I'm so confused.
Yeah, Diamond and Pearl was the first time we had online trading available as well.
Wow. It's crazy to see how far it's come so quickly too.
Right?
Like if you really think about it, this is not a lot of time in between,
Only
1996 and like
only-
2007.
Yeah, 25 years. It's all it's been.
2010. Black, white,
Ah,
rotation back.
I remember Black and White.
Rotation battles were shit.
Anime. Movie. Digital gift. Community site.
They did a really good job with the production of this too.
Yeah, they did very, very good. Forgot about rotation battles, right, Brandino? I never did them. I always tried to avoid them.
Yeah, I think I avoided them as well because I genuinely did not remember. This AR thing was really
Right?
cool too. I
Yeah.
remember playing around with that a lot.
Ooh, Mega Revolutions. Still, I think one of the most controversial things. People are still upset about Mega Revolutions.
People need to calm down.
Right?
Also, who made that piece of art on a freaking DS? I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Who was that artistic? Pokemon Go
Yes.
is still one of the only times in the world that I can actually say there was world peace for at least like a month or two. Everyone just loves Pokemon Go.
It changed so much. The biggest thing it's interesting that you mentioned earlier that like the two consistent things is the trading card game and the anime, and like seeing them all back to back like this, it's really cool to see that like the first time they show the trading card game, it was very much like just opening the packs, having them for collection purposes, and then you kind of see the shift to like playing the game like with your friends at your kitchen table.
Yeah.
And then in the newer ones that they show at like the later years, it's on like a proper gaming mat. You've got official tournaments. Like it's that kind of transition.
And
from
this
one
as
to the
well.
other.
This is so cool being able to play against your opponents like that, like streaming it.
Never thought of it.
Like, they're probably using Discord or whatever, but that's still so cool that it's evolved that far.
It's a good idea, yeah.
Also, Brandina, it definitely did cure my social anxiety for a hot second too.
The chills, the literal chills.
Right?
It's so good. Oh, I want to go to a Pokemon Center so bad.
So do I. Why aren't there any in Australia?
They need to open one. Even if it was in Sydney, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it on our road trip. Come back with a boot full of Pokemon stuff.
So good.
Alright, I think we'll pause on that and we'll talk about the opening sequence.
Holy crap.
That went for 5.5 minutes. I think that's my only complaint about it. It goes for so long.
I think it had to be that long though, because they sped through so much of it. Like they don't explain any of it. You know, they're just like showing it off and the progression that it's made. So I think it being any shorter would have been a real injustice to how much they've done.
Yeah.
But did anyone else like tear up? Just a teeny tad watching that the first time.
I definitely got goosebumps.
I was just like,
because we decided. I joined. Crow and I were watching it with Cass and Trico in Discord together. We jumped in one of the calls in the server and we watched it. And yeah, I think it was because I was watching it with other people and not alone. I didn't get that misty eyed, but I got goosebumps. It was definitely like it has come a long way. Like my first game that I technically got for Pokemon was Fire Red, 3rd generation. Like that was, I think they said like 2003, something like that, and I've been playing ever since. So like, it's ridiculous how long it's been around for.
Yeah, I think the first official one I got was probably Pearl, like official cartridge that I played. My brother had a Game Boy with Red on it, and like I've kind of dabbled in the earlier games because my dad had an emulator on our computer growing up with like all the Pokemon games on it, which was really cool. But yeah, I don't know, seeing how many we kind of like the mic thing.
Yeah, right. I had no idea
things that we kind of like missed out on almost.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so cool how many things there were over the years as technology kind of changed and evolved. That the scanner with the trading cards, what the hell?
I had no idea how that worked. I knew there were cards that like the edge of it was like different. It had like a pattern or like a barcode that it read. And I think that either imported the cards into it or did something. I just don't know. But like, yeah, I had no idea that existed. It was ridiculous. It's like, did you also know there was a printer that you could like plug your red and blue cartridge into to print out your certificate for completing the Pokédex?
Really? I knew there was
a
like
Game Boy
camera
printer.
plug-in for the Game Boy. But yeah, I didn't know that there was like a printer. That's These things, like, we look back on it and you're like, damn. Like,
Yeah, right?
I feel like I wish I'd had
Brandino said they were watching it with their friend and they were just fawning over it. Yeah, it's really good. It's a good way to open it, I think. Great place to start. So let's get on to the next section, shall we?
Hello everyone, I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company. February 27th is the date Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green were released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokemon series. An astounding 25 years have passed since the Pokemon series was born. We've shared so much with you over the past 25 years, through our games, but also through so many other mediums, thanks to the support you've all shown us. Thank you, each and every one of you. Today,
You're welcome.
Mr. Utsunomiya will introduce our latest updates.
It's because of us alone that you have a company, sir.
Me, singular.
Yeah, literally.
I'd like to give you the latest update on the
This guy is so stylish looking.
We've put together
Like,
a
his hair and his
Honestly,
glasses.
I was going to mention it
hold on.
too.
Yeah, like, let's
at this
just
man.
analyze him. He is phenomenal looking, right? He looks like the protagonist, or like the protagonist's best friend, like that one glasses kid from every anime.
Was she done like the shing shing thing?
Yeah, the push up with the middle finger. Oh, we're so
Sorry.
stupid. It's okay.
Welcome to the world of new Pokemon Snap. This is the Lentil region. You'll ride the Neo 1.
Am I out of it? Who is that pink butterfly?
That's Pavilion. They're from the 6th generation. Yeah. I'm gonna be mentioning that. Don't worry, I'll be getting there.
And of course, you won't be alone. Professor Mirror, who's doing research in the Lentil region.
I kinda
and
don't...
research team members
I
reading
find the
film
3D modeling
are
they've
there
done
to
for this
support
game a
you,
little bit
so
weird.
you're in good hands.
I agree.
For the
However, I
people
don't
at
think-
least. For the Pokemon, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think this is how it's going to look when it's 100% finished, though.
But keep in mind, it's coming out next month. It's coming out in April.
Oh, that's very true. But like
Which-
to put
it's
together
still
something like
fine.
this, they would have needed the footage a while ago.
Yeah.
Like this isn't a last minute thrown together thing.
She says they hate lentils. Well, that sucks. Too bad we're going to the lentil region.
Oh, it's Tyranitar. What a wild way to eat.
It's so cool.
What a wild way to eat.
Let's try playing him out.
I love this effect of like the glow.
It's really cool. Oh, look at that. Hoot Hoot. Go!
It's so cute. Hoot Hoot always kind of freaked me out as a kid, I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I think it was like the singular leg.
You can make any Pokemon glow.
Oh, Swanon's so happy.
Whoa! Those flames
This is
change
cool.
color.
I like the changing of the
Use your
color.
tools to take shots that really stand out. Then show the photos you took to the
It's giving me chills, I'm so excited.
It's,
It's
yeah,
very
this
pretty. I
is
didn't
so cool.
understand the gameplay really yet. Same.
Catch a variety of different behaviors on camera
It is very pretty. I don't understand the gameplay really yet. Well, that's fine. We can talk about that.
You'll be able
And
to
of course,
edit
like, if
photos
this
you
didn't
took.
have a photo mode of all games, I was gonna just riot.
Use
right?
features like stickers and frames to make your
Yeah, I
photos
wonder
and
if in the
photos
photo
even
mode
more
it's just
special.
adding these stickers and stuff, or you can literally change like the lighting and stuff like kind of the Horizon Zero Dawn type.
Well, we can go back to the stuff it was showing on that screen once we're done here and have a look, I guess.
Mm.
And check out photos from around the world.
I love that. That's so cool, the different eyes on them.
It might even be featured and get more attention.
There's gonna be so many like
That may inspire
Terrence
That
be strong
Pikachu's
for mother.
surfing on a fucking
We're
Stunfisk.
getting closer to the start of your adventure.
I was new Pikachu
Oh,
was
the
a dick.
meals.
Plenty of Pokemon await in the Lentil region. So make sure
I'm excited about the
you're there.
underwater aspect.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. In the original game, I don't think we went underwater.
Is that the mythical Pokemon Celebi?
I think the glowing orbs are going to be a really fun thing to play around with underwater.
Lentil
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how
is
that
waiting for you.
is going to work.
Alrighty. So, as we mentioned, super cute. It looks great. Again, for me, I think the 3D models are a little bit weird for the trainers or the people. I think they're fine for the Pokemon.
I think they just look kind of underdone
Mm-hmm.
to me. Like there's not enough, like talking from an art perspective, there's not enough like contrast in the colors and things like that.
Yeah.
There's no that because you know we associate Pokemon as like an anime. It's that anime style.
Yeah.
So I feel like it needs those kind of like thicker, bolder, darker lines. The difference in the hair colors need to be more extreme from light to dark. Like
The protagonist
think-
always needs like bright pink hair or something like that, you know.
I mean, I wasn't going to mention it, but no, but it's kind of that they just look underdeveloped almost. Like they haven't gone in and added the shadows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just from like an art point of view, I guess. But as I said, like I think putting together because this is an advertisement, putting
Yes.
together an advertisement like this, you need the footage a lot. Like this wasn't slapped together yesterday, you know. Like I understand the game's coming out next month.
Yeah.
But I think definitely this might be slightly older footage, maybe
It could be.
from like when they were still developing it, and this was kind of a middle render where they had the game kind of finished enough to make this ad.
Mhm.
But I don't know. It might change. It might change.
So for those who haven't played the original Pokemon Snap game, literally the
included.
whole point of it is taking photos of the Pokemon in their natural habitat, and that's how you kind of feel the Pokédex of this game. From what we've seen in the trailer so far, there's going to be multiple different rarities for types of photos you take, so we'll go back. So like, for example, this Venusaur picture here, like this one-on-one is a 1-star rarity, right? This one's a 2, this one's a 3. So
Yeah.
like, I feel like having the different rarities, there's going to be a lot of replayability to make sure to get those perfect shots. And like, are there going to
it's
be
either
even...
I wonder which is going to be harder to get, like the 3-star or the 4-star. Like, what's the differences between the two? You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like you're going to fill up every page except one photo, and it's going to be like, ah.
Oh, well, I think if I can find it.
This freaking, it's so cute.
It really is.
Oh my
So like that Venusaur shot it shows here was a 4-star.
Mm-hmm.
So like I wonder if there's another tier above that
Okay.
of
So there's a
if it was
ranking
glowing with the Lumen Orb, will that rank up and be even rarer again? Because it's already a rare thing to see. Obviously, the
Yeah.
size of the Pokemon also plays into it too, and the poses they're doing by the looks of it.
and the other Pokemon.
Yeah, and the background as well.
And then I guess with the editing, because it shows you can kind of go in and crop it, zoom in, like that kind of thing. Is that going to affect the placement stats? Like,
It
I
might
don't know.
do.
I'm curious about that
But
kind
I'm
of
pretty
stuff.
sure that this was the photo mode. This was when they'll talk about the
Okay.
photo mode.
So brightness, blur, focus size, focal point. So I guess if we're talking about photography terms, that'll be like depth of field,
hmm
filter, and then captions. You don't see this every day.
It doesn't look like it's a day-night toggle though, which is really interesting.
Yeah, so it's a game for kids, like
Yeah.
primarily, right? Like I understand Pokemon has moved with people since 1996, so you know a lot of people have grown up with this. But at the end of the day, a game like Pokemon Snap is going to be kind of more kid friendly.
Yeah.
You know, so I think having a photo system like in Horizon Zero Dawn would have been freaking amazing.
Oh,
But
yeah.
at the same time, we've got to kind of cater for the age range that they're kind of hoping to target.
I agree.
Right? I get it that it's not as like in depth as maybe we would hope for, but
Because we've seen scenes of nighttime and daytime, I just wonder if that means we can choose to, because like the way it works, at least in the original game, there were different locations you could go to. It wasn't all one area. It was like you could go to the volcano location, you can go to the jungle location, the cave, and all that. Maybe you can choose if you want to go there at daytime or nighttime, because different Pokemon will spawn at
Ooh.
nighttime. So like, you might be going along this path, but different Pokemon will spawn at nighttime than what's there at daytime. So that might be
and
what
if
they
you don't
do.
get to choose that, I mean, I guess with the Switch, everyone is very familiar with like time travel elements in games like Animal Crossing. Is it
Mhm.
going to be similar where the time period is locked and you have to physically change the time on your Switch?
Yeah.
Or will it be more like you as you were saying, you kind of get to choose where you're going and when?
I remember in Old Snap they had nighttime, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I remember them having nighttime. I just didn't remember if, while you're on that journey in that area, if it cycled from day to night, or if you could choose to go there at daytime or nighttime was the only thing.
Did the lava glow when you went to the volcano section?
Yes,
that
it
would be
did.
cool.
Yeah. Most of the
Nighttime
volcano
volcano?
section
Hell
was
yeah.
in the cave as well, so it was glowing regardless, which is cool. I like this voting system. This is pretty cool. And they mention in the clip that it could be featured, so maybe like built into it, there could be a top featured image for that month or that week.
Yeah.
Depending on what's
It's the new
voted the
Instagram.
most. Yeah, right?
Everyone moves from Instagram to Pokemon Snap.
I'd be keen for it. I don't care. I want to take photos of my Pikachu. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm really. I think there's going to be a whole new like meme subculture that comes out of this, especially like the Dodo. What is
The
it called?
Dodrio.
Doduo and Dotrio and stuff like those. Like
let's
be
see
strong
if
for
I
Mother
can-
Terrence memes that I mentioned earlier. Like
Yeah.
I think that's going to be really funny with the stickers.
Can I even find that shot? There we go.
Oh, by the way, editing. Yeah.
I was a little worried because
I
all the
love it so
editing
much.
tools look very cartoonish. But I think
Mm.
in these circumstances it can work, and you just got to play around with it. I'm not the type of person to edit photos in that way, so I'll probably just leave it play,
Yeah.
maybe put a border, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to be definitely looking at other people's stuff for inspiration because
Right.
this is definitely not what I would do.
In getting back to talking about the butterfly Pokemon, you didn't know Vivillon. So Vivillon was
Yes.
introduced, and this is where I'm really curious as to how many Pokemon are gonna be included and how many variants of them. So Vivillon was introduced in X and Y, and it was the first Pokemon to actually give us region variant in colors. Like these technically came before like Alolan Pokemon and stuff like that. So you'll notice on the cover here, it's got 3 Vivillon all with different wing patterns. That's because it depends on where you caught it in the world that had a different wing pattern. So like if it's one from America, it had a different pattern. If it's one from Australia, it was a different pattern. But also, it depends on what part of Australia has, because Queenslanders had a different pattern to what us in Victoria had.
Oh my god, please tell me they're never going to add that to Pokemon Go. Because that's going to
We'll
be
have
an
to find
issue.
out. So like the pink one there is the original pattern. That's the main pattern. And then there are several other different ones. I'll see if I can quickly find out how many they were if you give me a second.
Yeah, I really like that. I clearly did not play a lot of Gen 6 because I had no freaking clue what that Pokemon was.
Let's have a look. Vivillon. Yeah, this was like the bug Pokemon for the generation, right? There was 17 different patterns.
17
depending on where you were in the world. There was a Pokeball pattern that was exclusive. Like I think that one was from an event only.
Do you think almost that they're adding that particular Pokemon in to Snap so that they can announce raid battles to get the different patterns in Sword and Shield?
It could be interesting. From what I know, Vivillon, I think you would just have to get a Spewpa, which is the first form, from any region. So as long as it's hatched, like say in Germany, you'll get that one from Germany, right?
Yeah, but it would be interesting to have. I mean, I guess because it's similar with what is the Pokemon? The whipped cream Pokemon.
Alcremie, yeah.
Alcremie, yeah. So you've got all the different like color. There's so many more of that one though. The color variations.
And then because there's the
If you
color
did something
variations
similar.
with the different candies as well to make it even harder. Yeah.
Too many.
Brentina
I
asked if
gave
we
up.
think they're gonna do another mystery dungeon game. I hope so. The most recent one,
It's pretty popular.
the remake has been doing very popular. So, like Crow was mentioning, or it might have been Trico. One of them mentioned last night that I would love a remake of Explorers of Time and Darkness, which is a Gen 4 game. So, like that could definitely be in this cycle. But if not, I don't really care because it means that they could just give us a new one completely, right? It won't be a remake. It could be something completely new, which I would love.
Yeah,
More Mystery
definitely.
Dungeon period would be really good.
From what I've seen of Mystery Dungeon, it does look like a lot of fun. I would just, and I've said this about other Pokemon games before, I think something more geared towards the adults that are into the franchise would be better. So something like a little bit more difficult or, with upgraded battle mechanics or something like that, something a little bit more realistic would be really sick.
I think definitely adding a difficulty option is a good place to start, but
Mhm.
we have to remember first and foremost.
Can they add that, please?
I think we have to remember first and foremost, Pokemon is created for kids, like you mentioned.
Yes.
It is a kids franchise. Just because we grew up with it does not mean that we're entitled for it to change with us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
100%.
That's where, like, people complaining about Sword and Shield being so easy. I'm like, it wasn't made for you.
It was made for 12-year-olds.
Like, if you go back to even the old games we struggled with as kids, it's so much easier now because we are adults. It's like Cynthia, the Gen 4 champion, who we'll get to talking about when we get to it. She's heralded and known as being one of the hardest Elite Four, like, champions ever in any game, period. But when you go, like, personally for me, when I replayed Platinum a few months ago and I got to her, the battle was nowhere near as hard as I remember it being when I was a kid.
It's just because, your brain is a little bit more wired to solve problems.
And
You've got, and also just the knowledge, 20 years of Pokemon knowledge is going to be significantly better than 2,
look,
3,
I definitely these days plan my teams around, I'm going to need a water type for these 5 people that have got fire type Pokemon. Let's get myself a water type, I plan my teams.
I think definitely as a kid, when I did play Pokemon, it was very much I'm going to pick the cute ones, which I still try and do, but also I'm like, which cute ones can I find of each typing that I need?
Literally, yeah. And I'm also the person, some of you might notice from my streams, I don't like doubling up on things. So like D&D, I don't like playing a doubled up class. I will purposely play something that other people aren't playing. Same with other video games and stuff. Pokemon, I don't like having 2 of the same types in my team. Even if it's a water ice, but I've already got a water type Pokemon that was there to begin with, I won't catch that Pokemon. If it has the type as a secondary, I won't use it personally. I like to have a spread out, balanced team.
There's so many different... I mean, typing is like a whole other conversation that we're going to have, because obviously you've got so many different combinations now, and then 4 times super effective or 4 times weak, and there's so much math involved as well in trying to figure out a team, which is why I don't play competitive. But
and that's where Pokemon Snap's going to be, I think, good to help get more people into the franchise as well, because you don't have to worry about that stuff. You don't need to worry about IVs and EVs and competitive breeding and is Hydro Pump better than Water Gun, that kind of stuff. You're just taking
no idea, couldn't tell you.
Of your Pokemon. But yes, that is true, Brandino. We need to understand it doesn't grow with us. And again, I think that's also where a lot of criticism on Sword and Shield comes from, with the graphics and the shitty looking trees in the background repeating. It's not meant for us.
But,
it's meant for the kids. Do you think my nephew is going to worry about, they've repeated that tree texture in that background, what the hell?
I am so mad about people complaining about the graphics of that game.
It's fine. I don't focus on the trees. I focus on the Pokemon. Like, hello?
Honestly think that they don't double up graphics in any other game, on any other console or PC. Like,
I don't see
you're not going to code every leaf differently. It doesn't happen, ever.
I don't see them going back to Pokemon Fire Red and complaining that all the trees are literally copy and pasted next to each other.
Why do all the shrubs look exactly the same pixel to pixel?
Right? It's so stupid.
Gosh.
Alright, I think we should get back to the direct now.
20-minute direct takes 4 hours to watch.
And we're like, the stream will only be an hour. We're already at 40 minutes.
April 30th.
40 minutes? Jesus. Okay.
Next, I'd like to tell you about several events we're holding to celebrate Pokemon Day. In the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games, special max raid battles featuring gigantic...
Look at that chubby chunk of a Pikachu.
Sorry, really quickly, Ebbs. Because we're considering doing games tomorrow. I know we want to do Stardew, that's fine. Do we want to do some raid den battles too for the Pikachu?
Yes,
Try
done.
And get a shiny
Let's
Pikachu.
Get that Pikachu. Let's get that chunky boy.
Let's get a chunker boy.
I'm glad they went back to slightly chunky Pikachu.
That's when people saw that Pikachu got a Dynamax, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is a reference to the original anime. Piss off.
Yeah. Look at how chunky
he is a chunker boy. Apparently Cafe Mix is fun. I haven't checked it out though.
I'm honestly, with that 2,500 golden acorns, I might download it.
We're considering doing a first impressions on video game series, so we could definitely do that.
Would be a good one. I've not streamed from my phone before, but it might be fun to try. I've also never played this.
It's a gacha game,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've tried getting into it. I've re-downloaded it recently, and it's just,
latest news about the Pokemon video game series.
Here comes the controversial part.
I have thoughts.
We'll wait till the end of it before we
Mhm,
rip it to
mhm,
pieces,
mhm.
okay?
That's fine, that's fine.
Also, fun fact,
Oof.
Diamond and Pearl were the first Pokemon game on the DS, like on the DS console when it came out.
That DS looks like so messed up
That's
though. I
the
don't remember them
original
looking
DS.
like that.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
don't
they
remember
also
it.
had the Game Boy cartridge at the bottom too, so
Oh, of course. Yeah, I had a light, so it looked completely different.
yeah. I think I've still got an original one like that floating around somewhere.
When is this set to release? This is
End of the year.
end of the year.
Late 2021.
Oh, Cheese had one of the original DSs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god, so sorry. My original DS, I had a blue one, and I had a Twilight sticker on it. I just remembered.
Choice.
I think I traded that in to upgrade to a DS Lite, but I still got my
Did you
brother's
trade
one
it in
floating
a
around.
Twilight sticker on it?
Oh, I 10,000% did.
Here you go, sir. Take good care of it.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
hmm
where do we start? I think
Okay,
we
first
start
off-
from the start, right?
I like the top-down style.
Hold on, I need to get this
Right?
specific shot. Give me a second. Yep, keep talking while I get this.
I like the top-down style
Mhm.
that because obviously it's a remake, right? We've got to understand that they're going for that nostalgia
Yeah.
vibe. And I will say, as much as I am not in love with this chibi style here shown in this shot,
Mhm.
I do get it because obviously in the original game that was kind of the modeling of like the little pixel dudes.
Yeah.
And they've just now made it more of that like 3D style. So I understand why they've gone with that decision.
Mhm.
It kind of doesn't make me hate it less though.
Yeah, right. Watching it a
It
second
just looks
time,
like
it's not as jarring. I think watching it the
Yeah, I
first
think-
time, it was very jarring for me.
because we're now so used to this model, like
Mhm.
this particular character, right? Like
Yeah.
with her hair like this from the newer games where
Yeah.
they're, relatively proportionate to a real person,
Yeah.
right? So to suddenly have that thrown back into this chibi style from 2006, like I was just like,
10,000%, yeah. See, again, watching it the second time, it's not as bad to me. It's definitely going to be something that grows on me. Because, like, when the Let's Go games first announced, I didn't like the style that they had gone with the trainers. They were a little more, like, chibi looking too. They're a little bit, like, shrink down compared to what we did have prior. Which before that was Sun and Moon. So we had, like, proper models and stuff like that at that point. So, like, that art style grew on me. It just feels weird to look at. Like, look at her. Look at her.
So round. Look at her head.
I'm
Yeah,
just...
no, like I think definitely once we get the games like in our hands and we're feeling the nostalgia of it, it will
Yeah.
be better.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely glad. Mick, yes, new
Hi,
Pokemon game. We're getting to it.
Mick.
We're getting to it. But yeah, definitely like the top-down style. I really like when they're showing like the characters running through the spaces.
Mm.
Again, it can't
see
wait
if I
for
can
someone
get
to
a
complain that
shot of
all
that.
of the flowers look exactly the same.
Yeah. Again, looking at it,
You know,
again, it doesn't feel as jarring. I might even
I think this is
slow
like
this
so
down as well,
much.
to be honest.
It's kind of how we kind of all pictured like the older games, because obviously graphics have
come a long way. Yeah.
Come a very, very long way.
Yeah.
But like back when this game came out originally, it would have been very much like a wow, this looks so good, blah blah blah. And like this is in our heads, like what does this make sense?
Yeah.
Like this is kind of what we would have felt like. Being like, damn, look at the footsteps and like the, you know, whereas now in 2021, you kind of looking at this and being like, well, other games look better.
Yeah.
But I know it's still that kind of, it's very old school style, and I really like that. I like that they kept the as I said, the overhead kind of top down look.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they've still got all the bridges, the very like maze like system of running around the town. I don't know. I really like, and this effect here.
Yeah, it looks super
amazing.
Cool. I agree.
Looks so good.
My issue with, yes, we're still 8 months out from release, so we're definitely going to be getting more trailers. They haven't shown anything new. They haven't shown what's going to be different. Why did they remake it? What did they add new to it? That's my biggest issue. So, like,
do you think they will change a lot? Or...
Well, usually when they've done a remake, they've just added the gimmick from that current generation. So, like, Aurus, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, that released during Gen 6, during X and Y. And the gimmick of X and Y was Megas. We got new Mega Pokemon in that game, in Aurus.
So do you think we'll get Dynamax?
And we got more story added on at the end. But they haven't shown any hint of anything new. So far, they've only shown what's literally in the original game.
But, like, when I was looking into this kind of yesterday when we spoke, and then obviously this morning when I watched the direct, not at 2 a.m. because, no... you know, these games were kind of praised as being the best Pokemon games that have ever come out. So maybe they're worried about changing too much of it to kind of lose that. I don't know. Maybe that was a concern that they thought of, like, this is the best Pokemon game that has ever been released, so we can't change anything.
But, you know, people said that about Red and Blue as well. Which was, like, the original Pokemon games. You know, Gem 1ers will fight to the death about how great it is compared to everything else.
Mika said, I don't think they need to change much about it. Everyone is going to be keen to replay.
But they still usually add the gimmick. People will still replay for sure. And I've been seeing a lot of people online that are disappointed in, especially the art style. But again, I think it's going to grow on people and it'll be fine. It was just jarring to see it first. Once more news comes out about it, and people see more clips, they'll get more used to it. It's just... Yeah, I'm just worried they're not going to have anything new. Like, there's no sign... Because what are the gimmicks of this generation, right? We've got Raids and Gigantamax forms and the Wild Area.
And the Wild Zone, yeah.
I was hoping minimum for at least a Wild Area. I would have been happy with that minimum. But...
I wasn't a fan of Sun and Moon. The whole gym challenges made me angry.
Yeah, Sun and Moon, they tried changing the challenges and it just didn't work out. And that's where I'm glad they went back to the gyms. And honestly, the gym stadium feel is amazing. And I'd love if they kept that. It gets you
because that's what Pokemon would be if it was real. Like, it would be that bigger sport.
It Dangle redeemed a Hydrate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a great name.
Sword and Shield was that's fair enough, Mick. I really enjoyed Sword and Shield. I
liked it because it was different.
That's my only issue. They haven't shown anything new. Again, we do have a whole year, basically the rest of the year till it comes out, so we'll get more information. I just hope it's going to be enough. They have also shown hints at... Let's see if I can find it. The Underground, which was a big part of this generation.
Oh, when she's like running through the mine looking things?
So, like, this is the thing with this. So, like, I don't know, because you haven't played a lot of Gen 4, haven't you?
Weird.
Yeah, they're rendered slightly differently and it's slightly different coloring and shading by the looks.
Yeah, I mean, again, this could all change. There's a lot of things, especially in the render, that happen kind of last minute almost in a video game's production. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's gonna look different in the end result.
Yeah, I do agree. So yeah, you didn't play much of Gen 4, did you?
I had Pearl. Again, I have not finished very many Pokemon games.
Yeah.
I've finished
We
Sword
do
and
need
Shield.
to fix that. We need to get you playing them on stream, I think.
I finished either Black and White or Sun and Moon, but I don't remember which one. And I've obviously finished Sword and Shield. I started a lot of other ones and then just never. I don't know. Just never finished them. Just got to the end and then had to grind and hated it. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, doing it on stream definitely makes it feel a little bit better. That's what I've been experiencing with the Nuzlocke at least. She said they didn't like they don't want Gigantamax, which I think is fine. I think having raids in general would still be okay though. I think the raids were a lot of fun. And they could easily like plop raid dens randomly around the region too, right?
I think raid dens would only make sense if it is, I guess, cross-game to Sword and Shield as well. So it would be the same lobbying system almost, but it won't be. But also, I would worry that because they do so many events with the raids in Sun and Moon, that having it in this game too would make it too, I don't know, too busy, too hard to... If you're interested in getting all of those event Pokemon, like it would be too... It'd be just too much. Too much same, you know?
Yeah. But the point I was getting back to with the underground section, sorry, this was the online friend thing to do. So like in Generation 3, they introduced secret bases. So you could create a secret base and you could decorate it however you want. And if you connected with a friend, they could come and visit it. That's what they did in the underground as well. So you'd go down, you could do mining in the walls. So like you'd like tap the DS screen and it would like send out a ping and it'll find like minerals in the wall, and then you can find like evolution stones, you can find pearls and like diamonds to sell.
I love that idea.
That was also how you found the fossil Pokemon, so you're literally mining and excavating your fossil Pokemon out. And then you could also set up secret bases in there, and if you and your friends were near each other, because the DS also had infrared, and I think we still have infrared connectivity with the switches. You could load in underground. If you're in the same section, you can go and visit their base. You can set pitfall traps for people to fall into. You can set up a whole bunch of hazards. But we couldn't battle in there from memory. Unless we could battle the other trainer, we definitely couldn't battle wild Pokemon. And this looks like the setting for the underground with battling. So that's going to be interesting.
That would be really cool.
If they've changed it. I would love to still have the bases and stuff. That was so much fun and was such a really fun thing to do. Like, I would love to set up just a whole bunch of pitfall traps around your base when you try to come out, Ebbs. It'll be hilarious. But adding battles, I think, would be really cool. None at all?
No Pokemon in the underground at all? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It looks great.
It does.
I like the effects on the moves as well.
They've definitely added
being the more like new gen stuff.
They've added that stylized to it, like that beam from the Porygon Z. It looked.
Oh, like, Cheese has brought up a good point.
That effect on that. It looks so good.
I love that style too, like that comic book kind of effect.
It'd be cool to have a wild area underground. That they could do that.
I was about to say that would be a great idea to bring in the wild zones. Or wild areas,
underground,
but still have it like set. It makes sense for the setting of this game.
Yeah, that could be a very good idea. And this statue is just a great meme. In the original games, it was supposed to resemble both Dialga and Palkia, and this time it looks like they just kind of smushed them together a little bit.
Love that.
It looks horrific, and I'm like, oh god. And a lot of people
don't have enough metal to make two statues.
Right, may they just turn into one. A lot of people are speculating and have been going like off the deep end, because like whenever we get Pokemon news, people go off the deep end with theories.
Absolutely.
That we're going to be able to fuse Dialga and Palkia, which could be interesting. We've had Pokemon fusions before. Obviously, that was a big theme in Black and White too. Sorry, but I don't think they will do that. I'm also going to bet that these stories have got the little bit of expanded story from Pokemon Platinum on it too. Because there's not a lot of story in Platinum that's different from Diamond and Pearl. It'll expand slightly to include Giratina. So I'm willing to bet that these will have that expansion and Giratina will be a part of the main story.
Dude, everyone was so hype.
Right?
So hype for this.
I lost my mind seeing this.
Seeing this, I was just like, sorry.
Diamond Pearl,
Excuse me?
what? Who's she?
Look at these Pokeballs.
Yeah,
too.
these Pokeballs. Is the base of it? Is the white part wood? It looks like it's
I think
got,
it's
like,
wood. It
grains.
looks like wood. Yeah, and then the latches on the front are like metal.
These latches are spectacular. I love these.
Mm-hmm. It
But
looks
that-
amazing. I want a real one. Like, I
These
want
look
to buy
more-
like a model of this.
So these reminded me of, if you guys have seen, I think it's the 4th Pokemon movie with Celebi in it. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. It's nearly a 20-year-old movie. Get over it. We start off the story. Celebi is being hunted, and a young Professor Oak finds him, and because Celebi can travel through time, to save itself through a defense mechanism. Sam Oak, who's holding him, gets teleported through time to the future and runs into Ash, Brock, and I think Misty was still with him at the time. Very sad movie.
Oh, I think I
cried.
remember this. Yeah.
But his Pokeball was a wind-up one, so I think he wound the front of it, and then he threw it, and then the Charmeleon came out, which was really cool. And it was also then canonically telling us that Professor Oak had a Charizard at some point, which was really cool. And you didn't click at the end that it was Oak, because they just referred to him as Samuel. And like, because in the anime from memory, they don't call him Samuel Oak, they just call him Professor Oak. It didn't click until the end where, because he goes back to his own time at the end. He has this sketch, because he was going around drawing the Pokemon. That's how he first created the Pokedex. He went around and drew all the Pokemon himself and filled in the details. It was a sketch of Celebi and Ash's Pikachu sleeping together that he had. And that's what connected the dots, that he was Samuel.
So cute. I need to rewatch that movie.
So yeah, this, for some reason, the latches, to me, feel more modern than the Time
and like the
Winder.
button on the top almost, it looks like.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I don't know what's going on.
I reckon
there.
every Etsy seller is going to be like blowing this photo up and being like, what is this?
1,000,000%. Okay, guys, we won't keep pausing through the rest of it.
Yeah,
we'll,
sorry.
We'll go back again. I just wanted to talk about it. But these books are also telling me shit too. I've got theories.
So good.
I love ancient Japan as a
Mm-hmm.
as a theme. It's so good. And the art style is so reminiscent of that too.
Look at those beautiful boys. I
Mount
love
Coronet.
Pokemon so much.
Mm,
This looks so good.
it looks spectacular.
This shot, not so much, but the game is not coming out for a while.
Do we think this is why we didn't have proper open world in Sword and Shield? Because they were working on this, getting ready for the 25th anniversary announcement.
Yeah, I think the
'Cause
wild
this
areas are
is-
definitely like the
this shit's
precursor
all
to
over
this.
the wild area. This shit's all over at 10,000%.
Mm-hmm.
It only one shook too. It didn't 3 shake like normal.
Yeah, I wonder how the like catching rates.
Wow,
will
that
work.
Chingling frame rate. Holy shit.
Yeah, this is what I mean. So I was watching the Beat 'em Ups video about this direct just before, and he definitely mentioned that, you know, the game looks it's very jagged, very janky at the moment. They're clearly not done with the graphics. There's going to be a lot more work done to this and the models. So I'm super excited to see. I hope it looks like Breath of the Wild or Genshin even. Oh, it looks so good. Brandino's so excited about Oshawott. Mark, hey, how's it going?
Hi, Mark.
And like this looks amazing.
Right?
This graphic here.
Good old Pokemon God coming in at the end.
Spent so much time on just that like 10 seconds of animation.
Literally. Okay.
Oh, looks so good.
Where do we begin? Stylistically, fucking beautiful.
I love the
Amazing.
models, the character models. I think they look great.
Mhm.
Okay, there's Lucy. Hey,
Hi,
this does
Lucy.
look pretty cool.
One thing I'm looking forward
When I
to
saw this, I was just like, this is what everyone wanted. This.
Literally.
This exactly was what everyone wanted.
10,000%, yeah. One thing that I really like about this is it's Legends Arceus. So Arceus could either directly be referring to 4th generation, because Arceus was introduced in 4th generation, or could literally be referring to, he is the god of Pokemon. He created the Pokemon world and all Pokemon on it. So does that mean that we could get, and like this is where I'm meaning with the books too, right? The book on top. Let's see if I can get the shot. That's Sinnoh. There's 2 other books underneath it. I feel like this game could be, this franchise, this off-branch could be a good opportunity for them to do something different with the Pokemon world and expand on the lore. This is obviously expanding on the first settlers in Sinnoh, when Sinnoh first set up the first trainers there. And that, I think, is also very telling and indicative of the type of Pokemon that would have been there too, right? Look at the starters, for example. These are not the Sinnoh starters in the slightest. These are the 2nd, the 5th, and the 7th generation starters. These were brought over to this world. Also, this backgrounding looks really modern for the era.
Yeah, right.
Which is interesting.
So is it gonna be some kind of like Assassin's Creed-esque?
Oh, could you imagine jumping off the
traveling
building?
back? No, but I mean in terms of, because the storyline for that game is like you're an ancestor and you're going back and reliving the memories, right?
True. Yes, it could be like that.
That's what I mean. I don't mean jumping off buildings, but
yeah. But they do
but you're
talk
kind
about
of going
that these
back
Pokemon were brought by a professor from other lands to Sinnoh with them.
But you're right. I didn't even click that this background is not a village until literally you just said it.
Very modern. I agree. But yeah, so
it almost is like presidential. Like, look at those flags in the background and the big desk.
Right. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I've always wanted Pokemon War with Lucario, like Lucario Mystery of the Mew, that old history. That would be cool.
What's cool is there's reference to the Pokemon War in a lot of the games.
Yeah, it does. So in that movie, Ebbs, again, I don't know if you've seen it. This is what introduces Lucario as a Pokemon, and also has a lot to do with Mew. Essentially, it's literally 2 warring kingdoms and using Pokemon in this war against each other. And you actually see them fighting each other, and it's really like off-putting. It's like that scene in the first movie when the clone Pokemon are fighting each other. And it like that still brings me to tears, that scene, the song that plays.
That movie,
oh my god. But getting back to this, right? So these Pokemon being here is telling me, in Pokedex entries, we have got plenty of them that say, this Pokemon was brought here from another region. Like, Rattata was brought to the Alola region to deal with the Yungoos population. Or Yungoos was brought to Alola to deal with the Rattata population. And Rattata changed to suit the environment. And that's where we got Alola and Rattata. We could have all sorts of Pokemon in this region. We could have anything, in theory, because they could have just migrated to another region. They could have all been taken to another region, and maybe the species, I guess it sounds morbid, but like died out on this continent and couldn't survive here anymore.
This is what I was going to kind of touch on, because I wrote down like it would be cool. Like, I wonder how much of the lore is going to be in these games, because obviously from that, like the actual gameplay trailer that we've seen is mostly like the walking around, catching. There's a little bit of the battling, like the way the battling is going to work. But yeah, I didn't even like click that. Yeah, there's some like freaky deaky like time travel. Maybe it's time travel. I hope it's not, but maybe.
I think I'd still be okay with time travel. What if it's Oak Celebi taking us back to experience this? And this
they
is where
did say in
books...
Snap that Celebi would be seen in Snap, so maybe they're just maybe it's all multi-layered.
They did very specifically mention that, yes. Very interesting. And then
I think everything is thought out. They're not like putting Pokemon in these games just for the fun of it.
Yeah, no, they're doing it on purpose. And that's where I'm like, is this Legends Arceus because it's Gen 4? Or is this Legends Arceus because we are finding out not a lot's known about Arceus apart from Pokedex entries and lore-wise. So could this be expanding on the lore of Arceus and the creation and settlement of all the regions? And could these
I would be super duper down.
Could these 2 books behind Sinnoh be Unova, be Kanto, be Johto? Could we go back to Legends? Like, could there be DLC where it's like Pokemon Legends Arceus Johto edition, or like whatever Pokemon for that region? We could do Ho-Oh, because Ho-Oh is a big part in Johto as well. It could be Legends Mew for Kanto. I think this could be very, very, very good and a fun way to take the franchise.
I And like again, like we were kind of mentioning earlier that some of the main story games have been getting too easy, and that we wish there was a more adult version of the games. Like this is it. This is what it is.
I'm trying to now find a
It
specific
looks so
clip.
good. Look at this.
Did they show
This is
it?
what everyone has
down
been
here?
wanting.
Yes,
Everyone
okay.
has wanted open world Pokemon.
So we'll go over this part because this goes into a little bit more detail, and these kind of brings up the parts that I'm mentioning here.
Mm-hmm.
The events of this game unfold in the Sinnoh of old.
Obviously, it's open world, but from what I've gathered with this game so far, this feels like a combination of Wild Area / Breath of the Wild open map with Pokemon Let's Go mechanics, because you can just throw the Pokemon to catch them, period, with battling thrown in. And again, it's very early. Obviously, we're not getting the game till next year. Also, I forgot we're in 2021. I thought we were still in 2020. So when this came out, I'm like, oh, we got 2 years for it. Cool.
No, just one.
Also, I'm definitely starting Rowlet. I'm sorry, guys. I love Cyndaquil and I love water types, but owls are one of my favorite Pokemon. Animals.
Water types are definitely what I usually gravitate to. Like Piplup is 100% going to be my starter for the remakes. But
I usually do
Rowlet
water type
was
as well.
Such a good because I picked Rowlet when I played that game.
Yeah.
And I was just like, he's so cute. The evolution, so good.
That was the first game I broke the tradition of not starting with the water type. I usually do a water type first playthrough.
Same.
This art
I
design
love
for them
this.
is so cool. It's so very like almost Naruto and ninja-y.
Can we cosplay this?
Oh, maybe we cosplay it for PAX?
Please.
I'll be keen for it. I'll definitely be keen for it.
Brandino's sad he's the only one that wants Oshawott.
That's fine. I'm just not a big
Oshawott
Oshawott fan, personally. I'll choose Cyndaquil over Oshawott. That's just me, but it's okay.
Actually, yeah, Cyndaquil, I did pick Cyndaquil in that gen when I played that.
But yeah, this gives me very, like, traditional ninja vibes.
I love it. I love it so much. And
the Pokeballs. Oh, it is literally wood.
Yeah.
You can see in their hands.
We're gonna have to try and dude, I'm so down to be dressed like this for PAX.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
It's still faithful for Diamond and Pearl. I agree completely. Oh my god, yeah. If I don't know if PAX is still gonna happen this year, but hopefully PAX next year, 1000% we'll have to work on this cosplay. And we're gonna have to get those Pokeball props made. I can't not have them.
Easy. Done. I'm sure they'll come out with one.
We'll figure it out.
With the village as your base, you'll venture out to the different.
I wonder if we can expand the village, and is this the only village, or are we going to be able to settle other villages?
Yeah. Like, will it have that kind of
development kind of?
I guess
thing?
like Valhalla, I guess.
Now, this is one of the things I wanted to mention. The battle scene looks great. It's so minimal. I love like the little swoopies here for the health bars and stuff.
I like it too. Yeah.
This looks really cool, but there's no. It could be just because they selected the fight option. There's no option that we can see here to throw a Pokeball. Are these just going to be battles? Are we not going to be able to catch this Garchomp?
Again, as I said, like this might be.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's very early. Yeah.
It's possible that this is so kind of
early,
minimal because it's still in early development and they are just placeholders. It's possible that this is absolutely what it's going to look like, and you just need to, as you said, they've just picked the fight option. You just need to press B to go back. We don't know.
Unlock the characters. That's true, Mark. What if, because we can just throw the ball as we saw with the Shinx, what if we have to beat it and then it's unconscious and then we throw the ball?
Yeah, because I guess in all of the Pokemon games leading up to this, your Pokemon don't die if you if you get their health bar to 0. They always faint.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a mechanic in the game that if a Pokemon is asleep, they're easier to catch. So maybe they'll just kind of expand on that, make it more real world kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, that is very true, Cheese. It could just be they chose the attack screen. That's where I preface with starting with that, but and again, it is early. We're still a year off from this game. We're gonna get a year's worth of information on it, which is gonna be amazing to watch this game grow and develop. But the information we're given so far, it looks like there's no option to catch at the moment. Unless, again, going back to the Shinx, you knock it out first. And it'll stay unconscious there for X amount of time, and then you catch it. Maybe it'll be shorter the longer the Pokemon, like stronger the Pokemon is.
Cheese slight delay. Ebbs just said it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all good.
I'm also curious because people have said, and like one person I watched was getting hype about it. Could this be online? Could we see other trainers running around?
Well, I mean, the wild zones in the wild areas in Sword and Shield have online capabilities where you and I can literally ride around together.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Could
see
we
why
run
not.
around catching Shinxes together?
Double battles. Can you battle other people, or is it only against the wild? Like, see how janky that looked?
Yeah,
Like the
the frame rate
Chimchar?
is not great.
How kind of the yeah. So I'm still thinking
The
that a lot of
trainers
these graphics
also-
are in early development.
During this whole moment too, the trainer is very static and standing still.
Yeah, there's no what's it called?
And then she moves slightly. I do like the battle animation we're getting here though. That's cool.
What's it called when your character choice is just like doing these little bobs?
An idle animation.
Idle animation.
Yeah.
Yes, there's no idle animations yet.
I do like the combat though. It looks like they're kind of redoing the attacks. Like, that looks so cool. Brandina said they're gonna head off to bed. No worries, Brandina. Thank you for stopping by.
Goodbye, friend.
And the lighting's interesting. They obviously need to add some shading on the left-hand side here. Because like
that's what I'm talking about. So a lot of these like graphics are underdone in the contrast.
Yeah.
So I think I can't wait for everyone to complain about every single blade of grass being the exact same.
Right, and all the trees, like I see at least 12 of the same tree in the background right here, and in the background over there too.
Can't believe it.
Same rocks here. It's amazing.
Boycott the entire game.
But yeah, because of the lighting and the like shading, a friend of mine thought that maybe it was a different colored Rhydon, which is interesting because like shiny Rhydon is like a brownie color. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Now for the mythical Pokemon that graces the game's title and story, Arceus. According to legend, Arceus shaped all there is in this world. But how is this Pokemon connected to your journey?
And that's what makes me think maybe other regions could be DLC, or the whole franchise in other regions, if they do it, is just going to be Arceus.
I just really hope there's a lot of lore. I hope there's more, like, if it's not online, is there going to be a lot of like
so
NPCs
cool.
that give us, like, is there going to be side quests? Is it going to be more like a Skyrim or Genshin type game? Like,
right, yeah. Could there be a quest? Oh, I want to see a Shinx. I want to see an Pokemon from this region.
Pokemon Legends Arceus will launch simultaneously around the world
early 2020.
I still thought it was 2020. So I'm like, oh, 2 years. This could look great in 2 years' time.
Each one distinctly different from the other, with the wonderfully nostalgic Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl, as well as
I love all the plushies in the background.
It's so
fucking
good.
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Amazing.
As Pokemon celebrates 25 years, we will continue to challenge ourselves and deliver new ways for everyone to enjoy Pokemon even more. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, seriously, for that game, thank you. But yeah, so that was another re-look at the Direct, obviously, which is great. It looks phenomenal.
I'm very excited.
So am I, honestly. It's gonna be really good.
That Legends game.
Did not mean to hide you for a second there, I'm sorry. That should be better. There we go.
Yeah, like the remakes of Diamond and Pearl, obviously hype. Everyone loved those games. But yeah, that Legends one, I think just because that's exactly what everyone has been asking for so long.
Yeah. And I think it's important because they probably knew that the remake will be a little lackluster and a little bit different. They're like, we need something else with it. Let's drop this now, right?
Looks amazing, but they should have released it later on in the year.
You missed Pokemon Legends, Mick.
Mick, they're making an open world Pokemon game.
Yeah, an open world Pokemon game. You missed like a whole section, Mick.
Mark, well, today is the day I learned that Arceus was pronounced with a hard C and not the soft one this whole time.
I'm gonna move. chat
Honestly,
mode
I
a little bit.
avoid pronouncing anything until someone else has, and then I'll say it.
I mispronounce stuff all the time. I used to call Rattata Ratata, adding like an
Same.
extra T and A to the end.
Ratata.
I'll have to watch the director myself. Yes, Mick, definitely.
It's only 20
We're
minutes.
gonna,
It's taken us God knows how long to
yeah,
get through it.
We've been talking as we've been going, and for it going up on the VOD as well, because we're worried maybe about some copyright stuff. Post Malone was supposed to perform too, and he didn't, actually, now that I think about it. Post Malone was slotted to perform for the 25th video, and he didn't. Unless it's coming out later. Also, Mick, I don't have that command, I'm sorry.
I don't know, because so I was watching a video earlier today of someone watching the direct and they just had it muted. But we've been talking over it. So we
have
might
been talking over it.
be able to get away with it.
Maybe. We'll have to see. Copyright could be interesting. If not, regardless, in the description of the VOD when it goes up on YouTube, there will be a link to the direct as well. We'll make sure to still put that in. Maybe we should put a thing at the start saying, like, copyright laws and stuff, and like
like
free
that one
use.
that everyone else
Yeah,
does.
free
Yeah,
use.
yeah,
Yeah. We'll have to look into that. But that's
It's
a you
fair
thing.
use,
You
yeah.
upload, I don't.
I'll do it. I got it.
So we've been going for a little over an hour. Do we still want to talk about Pokemon for a little bit, or do we want to wrap it
Yeah,
up
let's
there?
do it.
Yeah.
Mhm. I think there's. Let me just. One thing I did mention, write down, sorry, is Pokemon Snap. Obviously,
Oh, yes.
they've introduced the online sharing of photos so people can vote and you'll get kind of ranked, I suppose. Like they mentioned that you can get featured. That will require an online account, right?
That's a good question, isn't it? Like, it's just posting something. You wouldn't think you would need to pay a yearly subscription to post something online, right?
That's it makes sense, of course. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, because it's if it's going to be such a big feature of the game, but at the same time, it's not like a main title Pokemon game.
Yeah,
like,
it's a spin-off. My thing with bringing up online is, could there be a multiplayer function where you could compete against a friend online to get the best scores?
Oh my god, like monthly challenges of like who can get the best, or weekly, I guess, who can get the best Vaporeon shot.
We could
and like whoever wins will
I
get
could definitely see us doing that and getting
in-game
competitive
stickers
about it.
or something. No, but even like official
Period.
Nintendo
Yeah,
one.
yeah. In general, completely.
Yeah, no, we could. I think that would be a really cool thing for us to run in the Discord. Being like, we're gonna run a contest of who can get the best Chimchar photo or something. We'll just have to come up with prizes or something for that, obviously.
Well, with you now having your merch stickers, you could easily send out some stickers to them. And I don't think I
will have to look into that.
have enough things I could do for merch, but I could always maybe do it some stickers on Redbubble too, of at least the Tren logo, maybe the Bop Bop hammer.
Stickers are cute. The band hammer.
Bop Bop.
I love the band hammer. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, we want to talk a little bit more about Pokemon and discuss our relationship with it and how we feel about the announcements overall, right? So I think the overall feel of this announcement started out strong with Snap. Everyone's loving Snap since it got announced last year. It's doing great. It's looking brilliant. We're going to be getting multiple variants of Pokemon. And it started on a good note. Again, first time watching for me, when it got to Diamond and Pearl, it kind of went south. I'm still hyped for Diamond and Pearl. It is my favorite generation. But the art style, again, was very jarring to see at first. Watching it again, I feel better. I'm feeling better on it. And then it just, took me to the moon. Hello? Legends Arceus.
That's
How
going to be amazing.
Going to top themselves after this? Is what I want to know. What are they going to do after Legends Arceus? Can they do anything that can top that?
I guess they will have to keep expanding on. I guess they were thinking that if you're right about there's 2 more books underneath the first one. And obviously they're still making new regions. Are we going to get open world stories for each of the legendaries? I mean, obviously for the ones that are involved with time, I think would be an easy one for them to do.
I feel like it would be good for at least the major legendaries of each region. So the major one for this region was kind of Arceus / Giratina. a little bit. Gen 2 was Ho-Oh and kind of Celebi, like Celebi time traveling, all that stuff. And Ho-Oh, like its flames were what it's theorized that a Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon died in a fire, and Ho-Ho's, because he's a phoenix, his ashes rose him from the dead, and they became Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. That's how they were born. He's a part of a creation myth. Mew is descendant of all Pokemon. So, like, Arceus, essentially being God, created Mew, who is Jesus, and, like, or, like, Adam and Eve kind of situation, and is descendant of all Pokemon. And then you got Mewtwo as well, who is direct divergent of cells, and also because of Mew, Dittos exist, because they were failed Mew experiments to create Mew. Generation 5, we had Kyurem. I don't remember a lot of the story with that, but I remember Kyurem being a major factor. But who created Arceus? That is a good question mark. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe that's the point of these games. We find out about it. But
I really like the idea of them expanding on the lore, because there's someone that, like, again, I haven't finished a lot of the main games, and then I think it's really in the movies that we get a lot of this. Like, I didn't know about the origins of Entei and Suicune, and yeah, I didn't know that until I went and saw one of the Pokemon movies, and that was the short at the start of it, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
huh. I mean, it makes sense. I really like that, you know, so I think this will be a really good way for them to kind of expand, not only expand on the lore, but show it to so many more people that might not have been aware of it to begin with.
100%. And looking at the 2 more books underneath, like, they could do this for every region. I'll be great with that. But the next remakes, in theory, coming out will be Gen 5 in Unova, Black and White remakes, which kind of already had a remake in Black and White 2 immediately after, but you know. And then after that, we'll be getting Generation 6 X and Y. So, like, we could definitely get, like, an Origins insert title for those games as well, if it's not still continuing the lore on Arceus.
Freaking open world Ultra Beast type wormhole.
That could be intense.
There's a lot that they could do with that too.
That'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting. So yeah, this direct overall was a positive. Like, I'll give it like an 8 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, those 2 points again, the art style for Diamond and Pearl, it's the only thing. But
yeah,
again,
I really think
it'll get better.
I think you're right. It'll really grow on all of us. I think it is just so jarring because we're so used to seeing the new character models, and that's in an old style. So it's not something we're kind of used to yet. But you're right. Like, just like with Let's Go, we were all kind of just like, oh, geez, what is this, like, super duper cartoony, like.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. People love that now. So I think definitely amazing direct. Everyone has been talking about literally for years, like since Breath of the Wild. When did that game come out? That came out like 2 years ago, right?
Oh, longer than that. Longer than that.
Longer than that?
Yeah.
Ages ago. Pretty much since that game came out, people are like, please do this with Pokemon.
Breath of the Wild came out in 2017.
2017?
It was a launch title with the Switch. The Switch is nearly 5 years old.
Damn. The Switch is ready for school.
Right? When are we getting that Pro? Oh my god, imagine Legends Arceus on the Switch Pro.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, this might be a great segue for them to join the kind of next-gen console race, almost. Like, this is one of those games that would definitely launch them into that.
For sure,
Looking at those kind of bigger, more graphic-intensive, more coding-intensive games. Obviously, games like Sword and Shield, there's still so much coding that goes into something like that. But like, then you look at the PlayStation that has like Miles Morales, or like
God of War, all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
guys, we're looking at like chalk and cheese there. You know, like, it's so far apart. So
it's like the difference between using pencil and using paint to color, right? Or like pencil and pen to write. That's the difference.
The Switch is getting its pen license next year, guys.
Oh my god, that means you'll have to get rid of your pencil light and you'll have to get a pen light.
Oh no!
Oh.
I'll go back to IKEA. See what they got.
Oh my god. I would have
How do
personally
you guys
liked.
feel about it though?
Yes,
Sorry,
guys. No. That's a good point. We can ask this while I go on this. What do you guys think on it? What were your feelings? Was the art style jarring for you? Is the art style now like a deal breaker on you getting this game? Are you now let down about it? Are you as pumped about Legends Arceus as we are? And if not, you're wrong.
Like, we respect your decision.
Write
but
me a
get
3,000
out.
word essay on why, and I'll throw it in the trash, yeah? Because you're wrong to start. I've lost my train of thought what I was going to say now.
Sorry.
You're okay. It was something. It was definitely. Yeah, okay, this is going back to the previous one I mentioned. Post Malone was supposed to do a song to do with this. He was supposed to perform. That was one of the things we were worried about, that we might have to have muted during it because of a copyright for a song, but they didn't. So, like,
I think because they didn't do the song, we should be fine for copyright.
They might be releasing it after, which is interesting.
It'd be cool.
Legends Arceus looks cool, but I need to look a little bit more further. Just barely hearing about it right now. Good thing you're hearing about it from us then, Mark. We've done so well informing everyone. Holy shit.
Oh my god. No, oh my god. Literal chills though. Like watching that like flashback from the start of Pokemon to today. Just, I know, it really, as someone that's kind of been on the outside of the Pokemon community until very, very recently, it makes sense why people are so, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, so involved, so heavily invested in Pokemon.
I think is the word, yes.
And it's because you can see from 1996 all the way through, like, the progression, the stuff that has been introduced, the accessibility of it, being able to trade with friends, the link battles, having 4 consoles linked with that, like, weird purple spider cable.
Yeah,
like,
right?
It would have been, like, I felt the nostalgia hit from watching that, and I didn't even own the fucking console. Like, you know, you got this just amazing franchise, and them bringing it into this new style of gaming is exactly what it needed at all, maybe a few years late, but pretty much the exact time that they needed it, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of people were burnt by Sword and Shield for their own reasons, whatever it is, whether they're wrong or they're wrong. You know, they were burnt by it, they weren't happy with it. But yeah, it's just, I think this is definitely a good point. But again, that brings back the question, how can they better it? What will Generation 9 be? Like, are we going to
will they go back
like
to
this,
main title games, or will Legends take over and be the main title games moving forward?
I think Legends will still be spin-off, but like, people are going to expect Legends quality for the next gen. And what if they can't do it? Is going to be the issue. And then
like, why can't we
up Legends
style?
How are they then going to one up Legends eventually? Is this slowly leading to actually getting an MMO? Are we actually going to get an online functional proper game with expansion releases and shit like that?
If this one isn't going to be MMO, if it's just going to be a single player game, that is obviously the next step. You know, it takes a while to get, this is a very well-established franchise that they now need to move into a completely different style of game.
And this franchise has always been behind the ball when it comes to innovating, right? PlayStation and Xbox have always been multiplayer style. With Nintendo didn't start getting proper online multiplayer till Generation 4. We didn't get to be able to connect online until the DS came out. And they've been very adamant about going forward and not adding too much. Like, this is the first time we've been able to do actual battles with friends in raid dens and Dynamax adventures. They haven't wanted to do that in the past at all. They've been Pokemon is so against change, and a lot of the time people say that they're against doing what the fans ask, but at the same time the fans ask for too much and are so demanding. I saw a tweet somewhere basically saying Pokemon fans are like selfish, and even if they had all the riches in the world, they would not be happy. And it's true. It is 10,000% true.
Yeah,
Mark said, honestly, I wouldn't have heard much about it if you hadn't have mentioned it, which is good. I'm glad. Generation 9, we are getting old cheese. It is extremely true. Sadly.
I'm the same age as Pokemon. Came out the year I was born. It's actually a month older than me.
I'm a year older than Pokemon.
How crazy is that? Pokemon is older than I am.
I like the route Legends is going with redoing an area and changing the starter Pokemon. I feel like it'll be single player with some functionality like Sword and Shield, sharing nearby players and connecting with friends. That's a good point too. And that also brings up a point with Sword and Shield. Could in because obviously it's basically a wild area we're running around, and could we also get raids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, are they gonna have raid dens in Legends? But then again, that goes back to my point of them probably not adding it to the Diamond Pearl remakes, because if you're planning to have, like, Nintendo is very big on having those kind of weekly events, you know, where you've got certain legendaries available in Go and raid den Pokemon in Sword and Shield, you know, with different hats or whatever. If you've got it across too many games, the same function across too many games, so the raid den specifically we're talking about, is it too much for people to handle or want to handle, more specifically, if it's the same event over 2 different games on the same console? Unless it is cross game, so someone playing Sword and Shield can link with someone playing Legends in the same raid den if it is the same function.
The thing with that being is, I don't think, like, once Legends and Diamond and Pearl come out, Sword and Shield players will drop off. There won't be as many people playing them. So I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. And I think a lot of the events that Nintendo do are automated now. So it's not like they are still using the manpower to set them up to make sure they're still happening. So I think there'll kind of always be events running that until they eventually decide to, like, can the Sword and Shield online experience or whatever they do. But yeah. Yeah,
that's very fair. I at least with Pokemon Go, there was a lot of manpower they needed when they started doing those events, because oh my god, if you remember the first lot of community days,
janky AF. Lost in Australia, especially. Lost, like, we couldn't connect to the servers for the duration of.
How many Beldum days did we have?
I
like
think we had
3 weekends in a row.
Yeah, because the original Beldum day, it, like, we couldn't connect to the servers. Servers were down for Oath only, nowhere else. So they're like, "Oh, you had it for Sunday. We'll bring it back next Saturday." Guess what happened that Saturday? No server connection again. So many people had so many
of us.
Beldums. It was ridiculous.
I had I still have too many Beldums. I had to can so many shinies. It was ridiculous. And I was like, no one's going to want these. I don't have anyone to trade them to. Because everyone else has 40 shiny Beldums.
That was the last community day I proper went out and did, to be honest. I haven't gone out to do one in a long time.
Well, like, because of lockdown, it's been hard, especially because they changed.
Before that, to be honest.
They specifically said in the lockdown rules, you can go for a walk. You are not allowed to play Pokemon Go on that walk.
I'm walking. Why can't I be looking at my phone at the same time?
Oh my god. Oh, officer, I'm just changing my Spotify song.
God damn it, it broke out again.
You're running down the road, the cop is like, I saw you spin that stop, come back here.
But you were in it too. He turns around and walks away. It was you that kicked my Pokemon out of the gym, wasn't it? No.
Fucking rude. You're under arrest.
Oh my god. But yeah, Legends Arceus, thing I'm most looking forward to seeing is if they expand on it and do more, or if this is gonna be a one shot. And I hope they do more. Cannot explain to you how hype I am for this. It looks so good. Also, you could dodge roll. A friend of mine pointed out the Dawn did a roll into the grass. Yes. And then she was crouching.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
so, like, what
yeet.
is it going to be kind of like Skyrim, where there's, like, giant Pokemon that are ridiculously overleveled, like in the wild areas that we've already seen? You know,
it did look
like
we
the
were fighting
and stuff that are like level 60.
It did look like we were fighting a wild Garchomp at one point.
Yeah. So is there going to be like I think Brandino mentioned it earlier, maybe we glossed over it, like a stealth mechanic. You know, is it going to be like Skyrim where there's a giant Charizard on the top of a mountain? You're just like,
I don't
want to be here.
I feel like maybe if you're unseen, you have a higher catch chance. Maybe.
Ooh, sneak attack.
Yeah, right.
Extra. Roll an extra dice.
Grab those 10 d6s.
Pokemon D&D when?
Don't even get me started. Honest to God.
Someone get Wizards on the phone. I need an official game. Thank you.
don't think Wizards is the issue. I think Game Freak's the issue. I think Pokemon is the issue in that situation.
Speaking of Pokemon collaborations, though, I have seen so many in the last few days. People advertising. So you've got. I have like the Razer wireless headphones.
Yeah.
These are coming out in a Pikachu version, so they're yellow. You've got places like Black Milk doing a second run of some of the like a Pokemon 2 collection. So there's so many more like dresses and pants and leggings and stuff coming out.
You're gonna have
new
so
Pokemon
many Pokemon
designs.
outfits, aren't you? You're gonna buy so many for Elf too.
I'm gonna message you about it because like I'm really struggling. Some of them are available now. And Cam's just like, "Don't you fucking dare!" And I'm like, "But what if I do dare? but what if I
can
do?
you stop me if I've already spent the money?"
Oh my god, yeah, the Black Milk stuff. No, because okay, this is the thing. I need to vent about it for a second. So I have the Bulbasaur dress, right?
Which
like
is
the Bulbasaur
adorable as fuck.
Because I love Pinafores, right?
It's nearly a birthday treat
releasing...
yourself. I agree, Lucy. 10,000.
There's so many things on my like purchase for myself birthday wish list.
New streaming PC.
They've released a Charizard version, like pattern that's coming on like a dress and things like that. But they've got like overall shorts that are really cute that have a sleeping Charmander on the inside, like the sleeping Bulbasaur. And then I was like, well, water type is the one I usually get. And I have the grass type one. And then there's the fire type one. So let me go look at the water type one because it's a bit ridiculous that like I would not have the water type one when it's my favorite typing.
Yeah.
And I went and looked at it and I was like, I mean, it's got a sleepy Squirtle. And I do love sleepy Squirtle.
A sleepy
But
Shell
the pattern
boy,
itself, I'm just like, I don't love the pattern. I don't know. If anyone hasn't looked at Black Milk, you absolutely need to go do so. The Charmander Charizard, like the fire line, has a giant Charmander like right in the center with its like wings spread out. And it looks so good. I'm dying. The dress. Oh.
Speaking of clothes, I just realized we were going to talk. You're going to show off your merch at the start, and we forgot. Do we want to do that now?
No, that's okay. Oh, are we done talking about Pokemon? Because I kind of was like, I'll just leave it until the very end, and we'll do like announcements and stuff for the stream.
We've been going for nearly an hour and 40 minutes, so it could be a good spot to wrap up.
That's very true.
About the end, yeah.
Do you guys like Pokemon enough? I get them.
First of all, do you guys have any other questions you want to bring up to ask us about Pokemon in general? Doesn't have to be about Direct. It could be about anything Pokemon related, general.
My favorite Pokemon is Vulpix. Before anyone asks,
I have 6 favorite Pokemon because I cannot choose, and this would be my perfect team. They're Donphan, Grumpig, Crobat, Blastoise, Glalie.
I can't believe you've forgotten your favorite Pokemon.
Look, there's 6 of them. Okay. Glalie, Donphan, Blastoise, Crobat, Grumpig, and Typhlosion.
Typhlosion's a great Pokemon.
So, I can get my perfect team right away from Generation 3 onwards. I'm good.
There we go. What's your favorite legendary / mythical Pokemon?
Shit, that's a tough question. Let me Google.
What's on the
yours?
legendary list again now?
Yeah. While I do this, what's yours?
Mine would either be Suicune or Celebi. That little green onion man. I love him. He's so cute. So precious. That movie was great. I loved that movie with Celebi and Suicune in it.
If I'm brutally honest, I don't think I have a favorite mythical.
Hey, Trico is here. Trico, you missed the entire Direct.
Literally every single second of it. I've said it before,
but I pretty much like all of them except for the fairy one.
So none of them.
Not a single one.
Legendaries though. I do love me a good trio. I like the dog trio, I like the bird trio. Latios and Latias probably my two top favorites. Again, it has to do with the movie they're in, Heroes Forever. Sad, I cried. It's so good. It's one
What's
of my
that
favorite
movie with the three birds, and he has to go find the orbs
Pokemon
and put them in the
2000 with the legendary
great
birds
movie.
and Lugia. That was also
amazing
a saddie.
movie.
That also made me cry.
If you mean the Pokemon one, I watched it with Trent. Yeah, but you missed the discussion.
Yeah, we discussed it today. That was today's topic on the podcast. But yeah, another reason why that Pokemon movie is another one of my favorites is because it's basically set in like Venice, so it's like got like the canals and stuff, and it starts off with a water Pokemon race. So it's like Misty and Ash. Ash is his turtle, Misty has a course, and they're like the Pokemon like pulling them on this like little surfboard, wakeboard thing, and they're just racing through this fucking city. It's so cool.
That would be me.
It's so cool. It gets me hype every time, and it's one of the reasons why water types are one of my favorites.
Water types are great. So many good ones.
It really is. It makes it hard to choose which one on my team.
That's weird because my favorite typing is water, but my favorite Pokemon is Vulpix.
Just don't drown it, okay? It's a fire type. Don't do that.
I mean, I like the Alolan one too. Super cute.
That's true.
Best Pokemon.
Alright, well, it doesn't look like we have any other questions, so I guess we can wrap up there. So yes, do show off your merch, because I completely forgot we were going to do that at the top, and I think
no, that's okay. And then we'll do the whole YouTuber sign off so that I can cut it all together. Yep. But yeah, guys, if you missed the announcement
just in mentioning that, where we've got our Discord above us, on the other side above you, did we want to put the YouTube URL?
Probably a good idea. I will do that. It's not a you don't get a custom URL until you hit 100 subscribers, I think.
That's still
so
fine.
It's like a really long, like random.
We can always re-edit the background to like change it. That's fine.
Fire moves to a volcano, turns to ice. Trico, don't question it.
Yeah.
A lot of the Alolans turn to ice, and it doesn't make any sense. But
Sandslash, hello. How does that make sense?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. And it's part steel. Where'd it get steel from?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, guys, so yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up for today. Ed is gonna show off because she got the last bit of her merch arrived, so she's gonna, to give everyone a refresh, she's gonna show off the merch on the podcast because there might not have been people who caught her stream during the week where she showed it off. So take it away, Ed.
Yeah, so as Trey mentioned, we now have merch. It is over on Redbubble. The link is in
by we she means Ebbs. I don't have merch. Ebbs does.
I say we a lot. I say we for everything.
Yeah, you do.
I have merch. The link is in the Discord and also over on my Twitch page under the socials. I think I put it in. But I purchased a few things. I didn't get everything that's available just because I kind of made it available on pretty much everything that Redbubble. I really want to get one of the pillows. I'm kind of sad that I didn't, but it doesn't matter.
Imagine the pillow with your face palm emote on it.
I kind of want to redraw it. It looks like kind of janky, but it's also cute. So yeah,
the jankiness makes it cute.
I started with the stickers. So yeah, we have our two of my emotes. The facepalm emote, I got this in the glossy sticker, so you can see it's like very reflective. And then the hype one in the matte. These are both on white backings. So as you can see, they're completely white. And then the glossy one. And then I picked up one of these.
I love
thought
that
it would look cute
so
on my
much.
Mac.
That's one of my
Cam was like, put it on your car. And I was like, I don't know if they're graded for like outside use. It does feel very sturdy, but stickers that are designed for your car are usually different.
I think I honestly need to get one of those stickers myself and put it on my PC.
But this one is the transparent sticker. So where it's not pink and like this section is white, all the outside of the sticker is clear. So you're not getting like a big thick white border that's going to take away from the sticker, which is why I kind of want it on my Mac. I looked earlier and you can get so many things. There's a lot. And like most of these designs, like this is available as a t-shirt or a hoodie. So are these. I also picked up a notebook so I can write down all my stream ideas. The only thing, and I realized this today, these covers are not like sealed with some kind of plastic. They're just card. So I got it a little wet and it has kind of like rubbed off a little bit. So just be careful if you're going to pick up one of the notebooks because they're not like sealed. You can always seal it with your own contact paper. But yeah, Mark, the link is in the Discord or on my channel.
I've also got it there for you. Also,
perfect.
Ebbs, feel free to put it in the description as well of the video.
Ooh, I will. Yeah, so I got the lined notebook, but you can also get it in a graph notebook. And then my favorite parts. I'm gonna wear these all the time. I didn't today because I had to wear Pokemon because it's Pokemon.
You didn't have to.
I did. I had to. But we got shirts.
I love the baseball tees so much. It looks so good.
When I saw they had baseball tees, I was like, I want something with a link. And to me, like a link with like a number just looks like the best on a baseball tee. So I had to get this.
Can I ask why the 05 though? I feel like I've asked that before, but I don't remember.
So 5 is my favorite number.
That's right.
Yeah. For a few different reasons, but it doesn't really matter. So for reference, this is a size medium. I wear a women's medium or a size 10 or 12 depending on the clothing store that I go to. So this is a medium, just in case anyone needs to know that. But there is a sizing chart on the website, so you can look at that. Is it because there's 5 of you? So that's
if there were 5 Ebbses, I think I'd go crazy. No. I can only.
I think Lucy means my siblings. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's 5 of us in my family. So yeah, we've got the baseball tee. This is also available. I picked it up on the hoodie.
Have you been wearing the hoodie?
I love the printing too. So
totally
this is like
work one day.
Can you imagine? These are like vinyl printed on. They feel really sturdy. I haven't washed any of them yet. But I can't, like, even flicking it with my nail, I can't like get my nail under the printing at all. So I reckon it'll be super sturdy. This is the lightweight jumper. There is a heavier hoodie on there as well. But I mean, I have lots of jumpers, so I was like, I'll get the lightweight one. And then
that way you can still wear it in summer, even if it's a little bit chilly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a size small for reference, and that one fits really, really nicely. It's not oversized at all. I got it in the small. But if you want oversized, obviously just size up. And then in an extra small, I got the loose fit tee, which fits really nice, and that's got the hype emote just on the breast.
Are you able to get the emotes bigger? Because I just feel like that could be a little bit too small.
No, so if I would have to redraw them to get them bigger. I think it's kind of like a good size. Like personally, if it was a little bit bigger, it would be okay. But I think like it's a fairly nice size. If you just want something like a little, you don't want to wear the link or anything, I totally get it.
That's fair, yeah.
But yeah, again, this is the same printing style. The thing is, because I drew them for the emotes, and I only drew them 400 by 400, so that's how big. This is the biggest Redbubble will allow me to upload this photo, unless I was to redraw it bigger. So, which is why it's that size.
It would have been nice if Redbubble had an option where you can resize the image on it, just like
you can a little bit. That's just the biggest that I can get it. Like I could make it smaller. But yeah, I think the sticker size is really good for the size of the emotes.
My jumper says Cam. Apparently, you stole his jumper.
Yeah, when I stole his champion jumper this morning. And then this comes in 3 sizes. This is the largest one for anyone that is curious. But there are measurements on the website for the stickers too.
It looks
not these ones, from what I could see. But yeah, and I got the drink bottle. The drink bottle, it's in my room.
Cam, quick. Chop, chop.
Cam, it's in front of the TV.
I just had the thought as well. The space behind you where the pencil is, right? You could totally put like a cork board up there, or like a board of some kind. You could put your stickers on there, yeah. Or like you could like maybe pin or like hang your shirts from there too somehow. Like get some hooks.
That's true.
Dad, give me a sec. Like you could definitely get some hooks or something. You can put them up there. Like how some clothing stores like pin clothes up on the wall and then like hang stuff on them. You could totally do that.
Yeah, I could get a hook and then like put this on a clothes hanger or something.
Could totally.
So yeah, I apologize in advance to anyone that doesn't like the color pink because everything in the merch store is pink currently. I do
just don't maybe order on a pink shirt because that might clash a little bit.
Yeah, I think all the shirts should be mostly black and white. I think there's one t-shirt that has an option for different colors.
Mhm.
And then there's a few hoodies that are cream colored
Mhm.
that you can get, like the Ebbs rose kind of along the front and stuff like that. Thank you, Cam. And the drink bottle.
Everybody
So this is the
hydrate.
Everybody Hydrate drink bottle, which I super duper love. I could have changed the color of the actual like drink bottle itself, but I think the pink on the white was just really cute.
Mhm.
And it's aluminium.
And
like
you
a proper
can
steel.
choose what, like, if you wanted the hyper mode on the drink bottle, you could get that too. Everything has the option to be on it, or no?
It should be. I don't remember if I made it available on the drink bottle or if I just made this one.
So I
on
feel
the
like
drink bottle.
Ebbs Rose going down at long ways could be good on that too. Your Ebbs Rose sticker.
It should just say Water Slave on the other side. Genius. Genius, Trico.
Order one for Cam specifically saying Water Slave.
That says Water Slave. I upload that, order one, and then take it down.
Take it down, yeah.
Trico actually had a great idea. If anyone has ideas for merch, let me know because I'm a potato brain. Trico had a great idea for a shirt that says like a rose by any other name is an Ebbs. And I was like, that's genius.
That's so stupid.
So
Why would
good.
you do that to people, Trico?
I don't know. But I want it. I want it to exist now. And then I was also thinking of doing one that says you can have an Avo in the Arvo, but you can't have an Arvo in an Avo.
That's so bogan.
And then like a cute little avocado. And then if you don't like the color pink, it will be green. So
Or you
I don't
could
know.
just, or
We're
you
gonna
could
use
try to just
depending
make
on
it a
it.
pink avocado. That could work too.
It could.
Just double down on the theme.
Just double down on the pink.
I'm a legend
Uh,
among myths, my friend.
So yeah, if anyone's interested, you obviously don't have to, but it's just through Redbubble. I have no control over how they ship it or whatever, but I did order a few things just so I could test the quality, and honestly, I'm super duper happy with how everything looks. I especially love this.
It's so good. That's
It's
one of
so,
my
like-
favorite things.
It's so like tooting my own horn, but I'm really happy with it. So if you're interested, the link is there. Yeah, send me photos too. I think
Mhm.
that would be really cool. I'm gonna put some photos up of these in the Discord. I just haven't had a chance yet. So
So yeah,
yay.
once again, the links are in the, if you go into this Discord server, they're in the rules section. The link is there with the rest of Ebbs's and my own socials. They're also pinned in the Ebbs stream section too, so you can grab them from there. And there will also be a link posted in the VOD description as well. And with
Yes.
that, I think we're going to wrap it up. So guys, a reminder, the VODs for the streams, for the podcast will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. Please do feel free to go to there. I've got the bot set up now, so when a new upload is on there, it'll post an announcement in the Discord. So if you want to go back and watch it for whatever reason, you are more than free to. If you couldn't make all of it, like I think someone had to leave before, I can't remember who.
Brendino?
Brendino, yep. He said that he would catch the rest of the VOD. That's great. Mick missed the Pokemon Legends section. If she doesn't watch the video for that, she can come back and watch the VOD if she wanted. That'll be up in a week or so, some point. Don't harass us. It'll be up at some point.
I really want to get it up like as soon as possible, just because the direct is obviously a little bit more time sensitive. So, but no, it will be up soon for sure.
And
if it wasn't super easy to misunderstand, you could totally do a hashtag only cams thing.
you could, yeah. That's so.
Watch it be taken down by Redbubble. Like
it would. Oh my god. A reminder again, we do the podcast the last Saturday of the month. We got to talk a bit more. We're thinking of maybe changing it to Sundays. But we will obviously let you guys know in the Discord if that does happen. Feel free to also please subscribe to the YouTube channel too. If you want notifications, hit that notification bell so you can get an upload notification right away, even though it's going to be only monthly. Oh, this eye is annoying me. Great.
Leave a comment, like and subscribe, share it with your friends.
You know what? if you are watching the VOD right now, you guys, leave a comment on what your favorite thing about the announcement was and what your favorite thing about Pokemon this period. That'd be really cool. Would love to get some activity over there because we're also maybe thinking it'll turn into a vlog channel. I don't know. We've been talking about stupid shit.
Wish I had approximately 20 more hours in my week.
That's such a mood, right? And I love how we were like, oh yeah, we'll only do this for an hour. It's been another 2 hours, Ebbs.
That's great. It's fine. It's a good length.
But yeah, you guys, again, thank you so much for coming out. We really do appreciate it. The podcast is something that you guys suggested for us to do, and we decided to give it a shot, and it's been a lot of fun so far. And the next podcast will be on Ebbs' channel at the end of March. We will give
If my computer doesn't shit itself.
We'll give a Saturday or Sunday on it, and if a computer shits itself, we'll confiscate cans and he gets no choice. But once again, you guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you next month or in our own streams. Bye bye.
Hell yeah. Bye.